Okay, here's our video on multiply whole numbers. Our learning target is 2. Students can solve real-world problems by multiplying whole numbers. Okay, so it's just going to be the basics of multiplying whole numbers that we're going to be working with here. Alright, so make sure you write down your title in the top of your piece of paper, and then make sure that you write your learning target down on the first line. If you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I will be moving on. Okay, example 1, multiply whole numbers. When you're multiplying whole numbers, all you have to do is you line everything to the right. So I'm just going to stack the two numbers, and I'm going to push all my numbers to the right. In this case, it's the same number of place values, so that doesn't really matter. And I'm going to multiply it like that. Now, what I'm going to do is take the first number here on the bottom, on the right. That's going to be kind of my start number. I'm going to multiply to each number on the top, starting from the right and moving left. So I'm going to do 7 times 3. That is 21. I put the 1 and I carry the 2. It's kind of like when I'm adding, okay? Because I only put in one number per place value. Now I'm going to do 7 times 2. So I multiplied the 7 times the 3 to get to 21. I put the 1, carried the 2, and then I'm going to do 7 times 2, which is 14. Add the 2 and make that 16. Put the 6 and then the 1, and now I can put the 1 because I have no other numbers left. Okay, now I'm done with the 7. Now I'm going to move on to the 1. Here's the key. The first time I multiply with the 1, I'm going to multiply the numbers in the top starting from the right, so 1 times 3, but I have to write the first number underneath the 1 place value because that's not really 1, that's really 10. 17 is 10 and 7. Okay, 17 is not made up of 1 and 7, that's only worth 8. It is actually made up of 10 and 7 because 10 and 7 equal 17. So when I have this, I really have that as 10. So I'm really doing 10 times 3. So what I have to do is put the 0 here to account for that. Then I don't have to worry about it or think about it anymore. But I do need to understand that the 0 goes there, and I have to start my place value underneath the place value I'm at. So 1 times 3 is 3, so I put the 3 there. 1 times 2 is 2, so I put the 2 there. So notice those are shifted over from the top row. Now the last step is to add them. 1 plus 0 is 1, 6 plus 3 is 9, 1 plus 2 is 3. So my final answer is 391. And that's how you multiply. Okay, if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll be moving on to my next example. Okay, B. So I'm still multiplying whole numbers here, and here's B. Now what I want you to see here, guys, is there's another form of multiplication. These parentheses mean multiplication. So you need to understand that when you see something and I have parentheses around numbers and there's no other operation between them, that means multiplication. So I'm going to multiply these. I do 134 times 27. Okay, push everything to the right, not worrying about that. It's actually lining up place values in this example, but you don't even really have to do that. You just want to push everything to the right. Now I start with the 7, I multiply to the 3 numbers on the top. 7 times 4 is 28. Put the 8, carry the 2. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 2 is 23. Put the 3, carry the 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. Okay, now what I like to do, sometimes I like to cross those out so I remember that they're not for the next number. Okay, remember, when I'm working with the 2, I got to start by putting a 0 on the bottom right, and then I can do 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. Add those together, and you get 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. Put the 1, carry the 1. 1 plus 9 plus 6 is 16. Put the 6, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. And you get 3,618 as your final answer. Okay, if you need to pause or rewind, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next example. In the next example, here's another thing that stands for multiplication. A dot. You need to know that a dot stands for multiplication. Okay, so there's different ways that we can represent multiplication. You need to understand them. We have our X, we have parentheses, and we have a dot. Okay, so 59 times 43. So I'm going to do 59 times 43. I'm going to work through this. 3 times 9 is 27, so I put the 7, carry the 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Cross that out. I'm going to do 4 times, don't forget my 0 down here. 4 times 9 is 36, so I put the 6, carry the 3. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23. Add those together, I get 7. 7 plus 6 is 13, so I put the 3, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5. And I bring down the 2, 2 plus 0, so my final answer is 2,537. And that's how you multiply whole numbers. Okay, if you need to go back and watch anything again, go ahead. Otherwise, have a great evening.